noises and stuff like that. So today that is what we're going to be slowly whispering through. As always, if you do have requests, then please do leave them in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get into them. Fact number 1. Angelfish mate for life. When angelfish choose a partner, it's for life. If one of them dies, the other one won't breed with any other mate in their entire lifetime. Lobsters pee out of their face, and they pee on each other to communicate. Lovely. Spider crabs are the masters of disguise to survive. They use sponges, seaweed, and anything that will let them blend in as camouflage that they stick to their carapace, I assume. Flatfish are born like normal fish. All flatfish babies are born upright, like other fishes, but as they grow, they begin to gradually flatten. The digestive system of sea cucumbers cleans the ocean. Mating leaves male octopi confused for life. When a male octopus mates with a female, he experiences chronic memory loss known as dementia, so he forever after swims around with no ability to remember. That's horrific. Goodness me. You enjoy walking on parrotfish poop. You know, that soft white sand in tropical islands that you dream about whenever you're planning your winter vacation. It's what parrotfish poop after eating coral. Nice. Move my cable quickly. There we go, get out of the way. Nice. Moving on to seahorse males carry babies and give birth. A blue whale's tongue is heavier than an elephant. Shark teeth can grow back for their entire life. Scorpionfish eggs only take 2 days to hatch. Frogfish can walk. Their pectoral fins are unique and can work as legs that these fishes sometimes use to walk around the sand. When you're scuba diving, don't be surprised to see these critters strolling along casually. That's so good. A ghost pipefish's head makes up almost half of its body. Eating pufferfish can kill you. I'd say that probably goes without saying, to be honest. Stonefish are one of the most dangerous sea animals. Though not on the list of fearsome predators, the poison stonefish carry is the most lethal one in the entire ocean. Dolphins enjoy getting high. They find natural ways to get high, such as using pufferfish, and they even do it in groups. Dolphins are just a vibe, aren't they? And they have sex for pleasure, I'm pretty sure. Absolute legends. Crabs have taste buds on their feet. Blennies are one of the few aquatic species that can survive on land. Shrimp are apparently the nice guys of the ocean. Some species of shrimp have symbiotic relationships with fish and coral. They clean parasites on fish's mouth and protect corals in exchange for food. Lobsters can regrow an eye or an arm. Octopi are the most caring mums in the world. Once mummy octopus has laid its eggs, it cares for it until they hatch, never leaving their sight, not even to feed it. It is believed that mummy, to feed herself, it is believed that mummy octopi, or buzzes, I think it's octopi, right, reach their limit and die as soon as their babies are swimming off. Well, that's really sad. When they hatch, baby octopuses are smaller than your fingertip and fully functional. Prisoners used to eat lobster. They were considered bottom of the food chain as cockroaches of the sea and were used as bait or fed to prisoners. Seahorses have no teeth and no stomach. Dolphins are sleepwalkers. They only sleep with half their brain and one eye closed at a time. Parrotfish use snort billows. During night dive, it is common to see a parrotfish sleeping in a crack, but have you ever seen the bubble they create around their head made out of their own snort? You would rather lose a leg than be stung by a stonefish. While less poisonous than king cobra, a stonefish can be deadly and is apparently the most painful sting humans can ever feel. Nice. On average, sharks kill less than 20 people per year. People kill 11,500 sharks per hour. Mantis shrimps are superheroes. If your arms could be as fast as those of a mantis shrimp, you could send a ball to the moon with a throw. Easy. It is believed that the blow from a smashing mantis shrimp is as fast as a .22 caliber bullet. So fast the water is boiling at contact, creating a shockwave able to kill its prey, even if it manages to avoid the initial impact. That's crazy. When they hatch, baby octopuses are smaller than your pinky finger. Harlequin shrimps feed on sea stars. Once they've found one, they turn it over so it cannot run away and they eat it slowly. They have even seen feeding their hostage to keep them alive longer. That is absolutely horrific. Harlequin shrimps, hang your heads in shame. That is so grim. The oceans provide 99% of the living space on the planet, containing 50 to 80% of all life. Many fish are sequential hermaphrodites, which are born as females and become male later on. Clownfish are all male except the largest one, which becomes a female. A group of dolphins is called a pod. Eel or oysters a bed. Fish a school or shoal. Jellyfish a fluther or smack. Salmon a bind. Draft or run. Oh, I see. Salmon a bind, draft or run. Sea urchins a herd. Trout a hover. And turtles a bale, dole or nest. Interesting. Parrotfish produce 85% of the sand that builds up reef islands, like in the Maldives. Moray eels are not aggressive when they open and close their mouth. They are actually just breathing. Mimic octopus can imitate flounder, jellyfish, stingray, sea snake, lionfish, or even just rock or coral. Whales make the loudest sounds underwater with 188 decibels. The whistle can travel up to 5 100 miles. Boxer crabs carry 2 anemones around like pom-poms. It's kind of cute. Seahorses are the only animal where the male gives birth. Sponges are older than dinosaurs. Ribbon eels start their life as male black eels, change to male blue when adult, and at a last stage they become yellow females. Some types of nudibranch are solar powered and use sunlight to produce energy. Octopods have 3 hearts. Frogfish do not have teeth, and therefore have to swallow their prey whole. The thresher shark uses its scythe-like tail to hunt by slapping small fish like sardines, stunning them. The peacock mantis shrimp can vaporize water. Pygmy seahorses stay on the same sea fan their whole life and might only move around in a plate-sized area. Parrotfish, we've had a few facts about parrotfish, obviously very popular, produce their own sleeping bag made out of mucus at night to be safe from predators. Boxfish are made out of bone box with holes only for eyes, mouth and fins. Some types of parasitic isopods can enter fish through the gills and attach themselves to the tongue. The parasite causes the tongue of the fish to fall off and then serves as tongue replacement. The word halibut means holy flatfish. Most fish reproduce by laying eggs, though some fish, such as great white sharks, give birth to live babies called pups. Lungfish can live out of water for several years. It secretes a mucus cocoon and burrows itself under the unbaked earth. It takes in air with its lung through a built-in breathing tube that leads to the surface. A lungfish has both gills and a lung. Some fish, such as the great white shark, can raise their body temperature. This helps them to hunt for prey in cold waters. The oldest known age for a fish was an Australian lungfish. In 2003, it was still alive and well at 65 years old. How would they know that? Did they ask it? Fish use a variety of low-pitched sounds to convey messages to each other. They moan, grunt, croak, boom, hiss, whistle, creak, rattle their bones and gnash their teeth. However, fish do not have vocal cords. They use other parts of their bodies to make noises such as vibrating muscles against their swim bladder. Fish can form schools containing millions of fish. They use their eyes and something called a lateral line to hold their places in the school. The lateral line is a row of pores running along the fish's sides from head to tail. Special hairs in the pores sense changes in water pressure from the movements of other fish or predators. Starfish are not fish, neither are jellyfish. Since a fish's jaw is not attached to its skull, many fish can shoot their mouths forward like a spring to catch startled prey. Electric eels and electric rays have enough electricity to kill a horse. Sharks are the only fish that have eyelids. Fish have sleep-like periods where they have lowered response to stimuli, slowered physical activity, and reduced metabolism, but they do not share the same changes in brainwaves as humans do when they sleep. Some fish, such as the herbivorous fish, often lack jaw teeth but have tooth-like grinding mills in their throats called, I'll try and pronounce this, pharyngeal teeth. Pharyngeal teeth. Pharyngeal teeth. Most fish have taste buds all over their body. An estimated 1/3 of male fish in British waters are changing sex due to pollution in human sewage. Saltwater fish need to drink more water than freshwater fish. Since seawater is saltier than the liquids in a fish's body, water inside the fish is constantly flowing out. If they didn't drink to replace the lost water, saltwater fish would dry up like prunes. The oldest fish hook ever found dates back to 42,000 years ago. Most fish have little salt in them. Sharks, however, have meat as salty as the ocean they live in. Most brands of lipstick contain fish scales. Most fish can see in colour and use colours to camouflage themselves or defend themselves and their territory. Most fish have the best possible eyesight for their habitat and can most certainly see you peering at them in a fish tank. Some fish can see polarised and ultraviolet light. A fish doesn't add new scales as it grows, but the scales it has increase in size. In this way, growth rings are formed and the rings reveal the age of a fish. Fish that have thin fins with a split tail indicate that they move very quickly or may need them to cover great distances. On the other hand, fish that live among rocks and reefs near the ocean floor have broad lateral fin and large tails. A ship has a heavy keel in the lower part to keep it from capsizing. Fish, on the other hand, have the keel on top. If the paired fins stop functioning to keep the fish balanced, the fish turns over because its heaviest part tends to sink, which happens when it dies. On average, flying fish can glide 160 feet, or 50 meters, but have been known to glide as far as 660 feet, and they can reach heights of up to 6 meters. An inflated porcupine fish can reach a diameter of up to 35 inches. It puffs up by swallowing water and then storing it in its stomach. The stomach increases in size with more water. If the fish is taken out of water, it can inflate in a similar way by swallowing air. Although the fangtooth fish is only a few inches long, it has teeth about the size of a human's. The fish in the middle of the school control the school. The fish on the outside are guided by those in the middle. Only bony fish can swim in highly coordinated groups. Most fish cannot swim backwards. Those that can are mainly members of one of the eel families. Fish would suffocate if they tried to chew, because chewing would interfere with water passing over their gills. The biggest fish in the world is the giant whale shark, which can grow to nearly 60 feet, or the length of 2 school buses, and weighs over 25 tons and eats mainly plankton. The word piranha is from the Tupi piranha and means scissors. Found in freshwater rivers in South America, piranhas have razor-sharp teeth. They typically eat fish, insects, seeds, fruit, and even larger animals such as horses. While there are no proven reports of piranhas killing a person, they do eat human carcasses. The fastest fish is the sailfish. It can swim as fast as a car travels on the highway. Seahorses are the only fish that swim upright. The slowest fish is a seahorse. It swims so slowly that a person can barely tell it is moving. Some fish do not have scales. Sharks, for example, have rough sandpapery skin instead of scales. Fish have multiple Christian and pre-Christian overtones. For example, the Greek word for fish is ichthys, which is an acronym for Jesus Christ, God's Son, Saviour, and was used to mark early Christian tombs and meeting places. Because of their association with fertility, fish have also been linked to Isis and Aphrodite. In Japan, the fugu, or pufferfish, is a succulent but lethal delicacy. It contains tetrodotoxin, a deadly poison. However, it is so delicious that Japanese gourmets risk their lives to prepare it. To make this high-risk dish, chefs must have a certificate from a special school that teaches preparation of this toxic fish. Hammerhead sharks can live in schools of more than 500 sharks. The strongest female swims in the middle. When she is ready to mate, she shakes her head from side to side to signal the other female sharks to move away, so she is the centre of attention. You go, queen. Some desert pufferfish, I beg your pardon, can live in hot springs that reach temperatures greater than 113 degrees Fahrenheit. A male emperor angelfish lives together with up to 5 female mates. If the emperor angelfish dies, one of the females turns into a male fish and becomes the leader of the group. So, they're basically the pimps of the ocean, and then when they die they're replaced with a female that becomes the pimp. I kind of respect that. Into the last 10 facts now. So, the mudskipper is a fish that spends most of its time out of water and can walk on its fins. There are approximately 32,000 different kinds of fish in the world today, which is more than all the other kinds of vertebrates combined. Scientists are discovering new species all the time. The batfish plays dead when danger is near. It floats motionless on its side when scared, making it look like a dead leaf floating on the surface of the water. Anableps, four-eyed fish, can see above and below water at the same time. That baffles me, like how would having 4 eyes actually work in practice? Like, what does that look like? been happening for thousands of years. Roman writer Pliny the Younger describes this phenomenon all the way back in the 1st century AD. Male anglerfish, they're the scary ones from Finding Nemo, are much smaller than the female. While the female can reach up to 24 inches long, the males barely reach 1.6 inches long and live as parasites on their mates. They stay together for life. As the male ages, he gets smaller and smaller. The female anglerfish's light is always on. Scientists have explored only 1% of the ocean's depths. They believe millions of new kinds of animals and fish are down there, waiting to be discovered. Empty dogfish carcasses sometimes wash up onto the beach. Some people call them mermaid purses. Catfish have over 27,000 taste buds. Humans have around 7,000. And the final fact is hagfish. Hagfish are some of the slimiest animals on Earth. An Atlantic hagfish can make enough slime in 1 minute to fill a large bucket. And that, my friends, was 100 facts about marine life, sea life, whatever you want to call it. Like I said earlier, any requests for fact topics, let me know down below. I've got a big backlog in my spreadsheet that I have, but it's always good to keep adding topics. I feel like we've done the majority of like the generic, like broad fact topics, and you know, as time goes on and it's been like a couple of years, I probably will do some like repeats, but try and find like different facts. But maybe it's the time to get a little bit niche and a little bit sort of weird, not weird, but like a bit more specific. But I'll leave that down to you with your suggestions. But that is going to do it for tonight's video. If you did enjoy this video and you're able to and you're not too sleepy, then please give it a like, and why not subscribe